Guys, how you doing? I wanted to say that this is probably one of the most difficult videos I've had to film. I've literally been sitting here for over an hour refilming this just because I get so detailed. I start going off into the weeds. I had to take notes. The last couple days have been, not couple days, the last 18 hours or so has been kind of a mess. Since that drunken bar fight video came out, it's been a lot of comments and a lot of people basically just telling me I'm an idiot. I need to have the chaperone set differently. It's not drunken bar fight's fault, and it's not Val's fault. And I don't mean to point fault in my video. When I said that fault word, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant that I couldn't have done anything to prevent this. I have the big giant rug for extra sensory, I had the floor bounds on, and I had it set to beginner. Now, right at the gate, I want to tell you the developer has been more than communicative with me. I talked to him back and forth last night for a few hours, actually, and we had some pretty big emails go back and forth, and he's very concerned about this issue. For anybody that says I'm the idiot, no, they are actually concerned about this, and they're acknowledging that this is a thing. And the Reddit topic that just came up, there's like 4 or 5 developers in there, even some that had smashed their controllers, saying, no, this is an issue and we have to deal with it. So for all you guys telling me I'm an idiot, yeah, I know that just because everybody else says we need to do it doesn't make it true, but yeah, there's a lot of people acknowledging this. And for this to be a mass market thing, we can't have people hitting the walls at all. You can't just say, you know what, you need to calm down. Yeah, I actually got told that I need to calm down and be more aware of my surroundings. There you go, guys. There's a fantastic quote for the box quote. So real, you have to calm down and be aware of your surroundings. You are unreasonable if that's what you think. You really expect to tell people to put on a virtual reality device and get so immersed in the game, but then go, wait, sir, you need to calm down and be more aware of your surroundings. Yeah, that's going to sell 1 million units at Best Buy. Come on, dude, that is not reasonable at all. And you can't ask people to say, hey, no, you need to start making your perimeter shorter. No, the software needs to just be designed so I'm not hitting my walls. This is a software development thing. This is hardware, maybe throw that in there too. Nobody's getting pointed at fault. This is a VR thing that we're all trying to work through together. And I'm amazed I'm getting some of the responses that I've gotten when I'm trying to help the community and figure out how we can, create an open, message board here, an open forum for let's fix hitting the walls. Let's make it so we don't ever break controllers again. Do you guys realize when that new Vive controller comes out that these are going to be people's hands that are connecting with the wall? One person had commented that, oh, a new Vive controller comes out, we'll be fine. No, we're going to be hitting the walls then with our hands. You're actually going to see fingers crushing and breaking if you don't fix this. And yes, there will be lawsuits. And people that keep thinking, oh, you're not going to get sued. No, people are going to get sued over this stuff. You watch. It's coming. So I can't believe some of that stuff that I'm hearing about calming down and being more responsible while you're playing. No, the game needs to be more accommodating to my crazy play style. People can't be hurting themselves. And you just can't be going, oh, well, you're an idiot. Yeah, well, guess what? We got to accommodate for idiots. That's it's part of why we pay insurance and stuff like that. People are going to screw up and make mistakes, and you just can't punish everybody. And asking them to reduce their floor print already isn't that, dude, that's too much. People are already complaining that they don't have enough space, and you want to tell them, well, no, make it smaller. Come on. Now, the one thing that we're really ignoring, and I think that people are just missing in the video, before we get to solutions, because I did provide solutions, speed. Speed is the major problem here. Now, the developer, he came back to me with some different ideas. He asked my opinions on them. One of the ideas was really cool. Basically, if you got too far away from the center of the ring, your vision would start to darken like you were getting drunk. Problem is, it doesn't accommodate speed. There is another person as well that had an idea where the controller would vibrate. Great idea, but at the same time, it doesn't accommodate for speed. And what do I mean by speed? I mean that I can stand in the middle of my room and I can punch the wall at any point. And I can do it fast enough that the chaperone's not going to come on. That's what people seem to be missing. Let me say that one more time. I can hit the wall with enough speed that the chaperone won't come on in time. Okay? That's the problem. It's only designed to be, to prevent you from walking into it. They did not design this for combat. It is not designed for striking. So, how you can combat the speed, people have come up with some different solutions in saying that the chaperone needs to come on sooner. That's a big problem too, because if the chaperone comes on sooner, it's going to be like this. You're going to wind up to take a punch. Oh, wait, I can't. Now I'm going to go hit this guy over here. Oh, no, wait, the chaperone just came on. So you're just constantly going to have the chaperone lighten up, and you're just going to be, and you're going to get locked up. The only way to really do that, in my opinion, would be to completely put yourself in a visible chaperone that never turns on, like a big lighted up cage. And I think that's actually what Drunken Bar Fight is looking at doing. After we got done talking about solutions, they're definitely going to be tweaking the chaperone and in looking into creating a more fixed environment, as far as I know. Now I hope he comments on this video as well to let us know, what the progress is and what's going on and what to expect. Again, these guys are very communicative. I really want you to support them. Don't hold off on buying this game because this is going to be fixed and it's going to be an awesome game. And for the 20-30 minutes that I spent with it, it was some of the most fun that I had in recent memory with the Vive. Now, okay, so we're talking about speed. I think we've got this in you guys' head that really it's speed. It's that I can connect with the wall at any point in my room and the chaperone's just not going to come on fast enough. And I truly believe that the chaperone coming on faster, you're now asking me to stop a punch mid-swing. That's unreasonable as well. You can't stop. Some of these attacks are going to be fast enough, you just can't stop them. We don't have ninja-like reflexes where we're like, okay! It's not going to work. So the solutions. Now, somebody right at the gate in the Reddit thread commented, very great big post, and he was backing me up, and then he said that I didn't provide any solutions. I provided all the problems but no solutions. That was so not right. At 5 minutes and 30 seconds is when I started talking about the solutions, and let me tell you about the solutions. Solution would be, in my opinion, to add 3D objects into the world, much like Job Simulator, which I brought up in the other video. If you use the Quickie Mart level as an example, all the stuff is set out from the wall about a foot. So you're able to interact with everything without worrying about touching the wall at any point. You're never going to hit the wall playing Job Sim no matter what. Mind you, you're not doing crazy stuff, but also everything is set out from the wall. If you're in the cooking level and you turn around, there's a little fruit tree and you can grab fruit out of it. Well, my wall's right here. The fruit tree's right here. And there's even like a space like that big. So I have all this room here to interact with the fruit tree and not worrying about hitting the wall. When I open a drawer to pull something out, again, the whole thing is set about a foot out, so as I'm opening the door, I have no risk of hitting anything. I truly believe that some modifications, Drunken Bar Fight and similar games, could really benefit from those techniques. One thing, as we were talking back and forth, me and the monkey, through various emails last night, I really realized, thinking about all the VR games that I had played, that the objects in the environment subconsciously influence how I move around the world. So, that being said, 3D objects, like the stuff in Job Simulator, are fantastic chaperones without having to have the chaperone ever come on. Think about it. Did you ever see the chaperone come on in Job Simulator? Probably not. I never saw it come on when I was playing hover junkers in a small aircraft. And that's another good example. Hover junkers. You don't ever step out of the ship. When you're playing Job Sim, you don't step into the cabinetry. When I'm playing Zombie Training Simulator, I don't take a step back into the table. Zenblade is another fantastic example. It has a big wooden table that holds your sword. It's behind you when you're fighting. When I'm fighting, I physically have a presence of that table being behind me. You see where I'm going with this. To add on to that, me and Soulfires were playing a game the other night, Art of Fight, and there was a bench, a little bench near the ground, like a high school kind of basketball bench, locker room bench. I wanted to sit down on it, and I was like, brain, no, you can't. And for like 10-15 seconds, I went back and forth with my brain going, I want to sit down. And I'm like, brain, you can't, it's not real. But I really want to sit down. I see the bench that's there. Brain, it's not real, you can't sit down. But I want to sit on the bench that I see. The brain really does believe everything it sees. That's why I don't believe we'll actually ever truly fix motion sickness. We'll fix it in some games that aren't supposed to have it, but when we're jumping off cliffs and stuff, yeah, we're going to get sick because the brain thinks this is real. So using 3D objects, I believe, like Drunken Bar Fight in his example, mobility is also killing him. Not just the 3D objects, so this is a double-edged sword. A couple people had said, very politely I might add, that it was my fault, I could have moved around the room, and that would have prevented from hitting the walls. You're missing the entire point. That wouldn't have prevented anything. Moving, in my opinion, is part of the problem. You're giving me free choice to move. I can also move to a bad angle. I can move to somewhere where I want to grab a beer bottle over there, and again, here's the speed problem. I go to grab that beer bottle, I go really fast, chaperone doesn't come on, and I go into the wall. You're missing the point. If we had a 3D object there, my brain would mentally know that I can't go through that, or I shouldn't go through it. For whatever reason, I and many other people, I've never seen anybody do it to this day, they just don't seem to walk through the virtual objects. So how you could use that as a developer is keeping us in that confined space. It's like a buffer for the chaperone. Yeah, it's going to be a smaller space and that sucks, but it's 100 times better than telling people to shorten their floor print by like a foot. Because that's the ultimate thing that we were thinking. Soulfires came up with one of the best ideas that I've heard so far, that you would set up the chaperone, but this is something Valve probably needs to do, and no matter where you set it, it automatically reduces it like 6 inches to a foot. Developers can also look at implementing certain things like that into their games if they really think we're going to be beating the walls. I think his idea was phenomenally gold, and I think between that idea and just creating environments where you're a little bit more confined. I know this is virtual reality and everybody wants to move around and be more mobile, but I actually don't believe the way that we're going to be moving around and being more mobile is actually by running around in our rooms and pushing the control pad. I bet in 5 years we are actually on some type of machine, safely standing in the middle of our room with some kind of weird shoes on, running up looking like a moron. That's where it's going. There's just too many ways that you're going to be able to hurt yourself and hit the wall, and that's not going to appeal to a mass market. That's not going to sell 1 million units. This game in particular has ruined 4 controllers in 2 days. Can you imagine how many controllers that would be if 3 million people had bought this? So it's something that definitely needs to get fixed, and you can't just tell everybody they're an idiot and tell everybody they're wrong. This is a problem. It needs to get fixed. So 3D objects is a fantastic way to keep people confined in a space. You subconsciously, your brain just tells you to avoid them. I know that when I'm moving around making attacks, that I shouldn't go through the jukebox, that I shouldn't go through this bar and bench here. So Drunken Bar Fight, again, in my opinion, he could remove the mobility, line the walls with some objects just like Job Sim does, and then maybe tweak the game a little bit. Maybe make you the bartender, and you're having to deal with the bar fight. The guys are coming over and jumping into the counter, coming over the table. They're coming through the like the flappy door opening thing that you see in bars. I don't know what to call it. They're coming through that, and you're having to punch them. You're already in the bar. You're the bartender, so you got lots of bottles and stuff to grab. You can put the pool sticks and the pool balls down at the end, of the bar, so you can still grab those. This is still doable. And when I played his game, I actually didn't find out till about 5 minutes before I broke the controller, that I could even move. And that's what I was trying to hammer in his head. I was like, man, I actually didn't even know that I could move. I was really happy just in the space that I was. So if he just took that same space you're in, but used some of the assets that he has, this would totally work. Make part of the wall, the bar stand with bar stools and beer bottles, and set it out a foot, just like Job Simulator would. Take the karaoke machine, set it out. Maybe make a bench with a big screen TV on it, like you would see in a bar. Maybe another set of bar stools over here. Have the guys enter and approach your area. So this is really easy to fix, I think. Now, I want to talk to you guys because I've pretty much said everything that I possibly could. I've, told you guys that the game is amazing. I really want to play it. The developer is really in support of everything that's going on here. He's actually, I think, happy that this has happened, maybe. I'm sure they're not happy, but this is better this happens now than down the line when there's like 1 million people that have it. So, and everybody, man, tell him thank you. He's learning the hard way for generations to come. This is pioneering stuff. And unfortunately, he had to be the person to learn. And again, I did not make this video to shoot him down. I'm going to post the email that he sent me back and forth. I basically sent him a long email saying, dude, I hope you know I'm not posting this to like throw you under the bus or anything. And he had more than good words to say. He's thanking me, and he really understands that I'm trying to help the community. So that's why I'm just kind of shocked that I'm getting some of the responses that I've had. I'm honestly trying to help, and I'm kind of getting shit on for it. So this is going to kind of change how the channel goes forward in the future. I just made like a new video thanking my subscribers for everything, and in that video I said that going forward I was going to keep the tell it like it is honesty, because I have a lot of you guys telling me that you like my brutal knockdown honest opinion. But then I also get some of you guys saying that you don't like it. And then I've noticed that just giving your opinion, it's very difficult. When you give your honest opinion, you're always going to piss somebody off, you're always going to set somebody off, and you're going to be unpopular, and you're going to get dirt kicked in your face. But if you like everything and everything's fun, well, everybody likes that guy and everybody has a good time. So I almost feel like I need to start going and just having more fun on the channel and just not really giving you an honest response. I don't mean honest response. I'm not saying that I'm going to lie. I'm just saying, well, I guess that's a bad game. I won't play it because people don't like seeing that. I've definitely learned that everybody loves something. Anytime you say something bad about something, anytime you have a preference, you're always going to piss somebody else off. My No Man's Sky video, I really made that video because I loved the game and I wanted to see different stuff happen to it and be taken in a different direction. And I've gotten some comments to the point where I'm saving them now so I can do like mean comment video because I think it's kind of funny. So going forward, I don't know how brutal honest I can be anymore because this is just, I tried to help. I've been kind of spanked a little bit for it. And so yeah, you guys let me know what you think. If you want me to continue the channel with kind of the brutal honesty type thing, I will. But when I look around at fellow YouTubers, I see what they're doing. I notice that they don't get some of the downvotes that I get. And I get them on particular videos. I don't get them on most of my gameplay videos. I get it when I'm bringing up the Oculus or something like that. And it just never ends up being good. So I'm kind of tempted to just go back to doing gameplay videos, having fun. You know, maybe stop doing these development videos because I just feel like it's pissing people off. People seem to be just taking some of this stuff the wrong way. Anyways, I thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. I really just needed to get this out and do some talking on the subject. And Monkey, man, you're doing a great job. Keep it up. As soon as you get like a new update, let me know. I'm definitely going to test it out and I'm going to, walk that game down to the end. I will definitely support it because it is a good game. And it's nothing that they have done wrong. It's a VR problem. Anyways, guys, I will see you in coming videos.